Hey everybody, Jake's here and welcome to my channel. So today we've got a little FICSMAS project and it's going to be a guide on how to make the blueprint I just showed you. So let's get to it. Right, so first thing we need to do is you want to grab one of these, put that in the center, and I'm going to go over to default mode. I'm going to go right above it. Like I say, I am in a creative world. This is why I can fly and there's no cost or anything. So this is just to demonstrate this. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a spiral light, which is something I saw from a previous streamer or another streamer. I can't recall his name, unfortunately, but it's a very cool technique. So what you want to do is you want to place down this frame floor, and right on top of it, you want to hover above it, or you just want to place something on top of it. You want to hold Control, and you want to twist it, or you want to turn it by one click, and then you're just going to spam the button until it gets until it goes full circle. So you can go right there, hold Control, and while I hold Control, I'm just going to spam left mouse button. Until, let's see, yeah, until you get to until it's parallel again to the blueprint maker. So once you're up here, you want to go to organization, you want to grab a square sign, the 0.5 meter one, and you want to go to this one and you want to tilt it upwards, place it right there in the center. And before we go any further, let's do this first so we know that this one's good to go. I'm gonna make this the green one, so I need to go up here and I'll do this. Let's see which one's gonna look better. So we want to go full on green. I'm just gonna copy that. Let's do it. There we go. Close that down and see we've got, yeah, we'll go with that. So what you want to do now is you want to look at the center, and you'll see as you look in the center it will spiral upwards. So I'm just gonna place these in here to the very top, and now you can see you've got this little spiral of snowflakes going here. So this one's wrong. There we go. So see, it lines up nicely now. Right, from here what we want to do is we want to do it on the other side as well. So we want to now copy this one and we want to place it there, but I'm gonna I'm going to do this. I'm going to push it in one, and you'll see in a minute why I do that. So we're going to have to do the rest now as well. Alright, there we go. So what you want to do now is, except for the top and the bottom one, I'm just going to delete all of these. And I actually need to grab one of those, so let's see if I can toggle. Ah, there we go, perfect. Right, so this one you want to put now on this side. So on the inside again, exactly the same thing, but just now in reverse. But now we're going to make this one red. So let's go over there. There we go. And same story. Right, so now we've got the inside spiral. I'm just gonna have a quick look here. I need to do this just so I can get that last one in. There we go. I'm just gonna replace this one. And now we can remove all of the outer ones. There we go. So now you can see we've got this spiral shape going. What I want to do is I actually want to remove this one and this one. And so the reason we had them, let me quickly make a note of this one. So I'm going to go over here. There we go. Now what we want to do is I'm going to clear this, and this is why I put it on the hotbar. And go over here. I'm going to put this one, you can see the little square there, the little hitbox, put it right there, and then Same story, and put it in there. So basically the top is going to touch. So if you look at, you can just see I'm kind of like looking at the edge of the square, and just bring it in there. So once you touch it up like this, you can see now I've got this nice little spiral top here. And just to make this look a little better, I'm actually gonna, let's see if we try the beam connector and see if that looks, I can cover it up a little bit. Okay, kind of does. I think we'll leave that like that for now. So we're gonna save this one now as spiral 3, let's call it top. And again, just to make it easier, I'm just gonna keep this a different color. We're gonna put it next to the other ones, and I'm just gonna save that. Alright, so now that we've got this spiral section set up, we're gonna clear the blueprinter again. I'm gonna go and call up spiral top number 3. So we're gonna place the spiral down, and all I want to do is I just want to just grab a foundation, put it in the middle, and I just want to bring it up to right there, just so I can have an easy height measurement. I'm going to cancel this one out, pull it in again, and we're going to put it right on top there in the middle, and that should be it. We can now remove this because it's just height measurement. Now we want to go back to our little spiral that we made earlier, and we want to place it right there. But you can see there's a bit of a gap there, so we're going to have to just kind of maneuver this a little bit. So just to get the height right, is I'm going to use this one here, and I think I need to place down 2 of those. And then if I look at the center and I place this one right there, it should now be at the right height. It might need a little bit of nudging. Let's see. Oh no, that's it. We got it. It was 2. Right, and I'm going to turn this one by 1 click, and there we go. Add it to that one, and turn it another click, and add it to this one. And then lastly, aim at the middle, 1 click, and bring it out to there. There we go. It's a perfect match. So that's kind of what we're going for. So you guys can see it's kind of like a spiral Christmas, modern take on a Christmas tree, something like that. We don't need that anymore. We're going to delete that. I'm going to save this. This is going to be called, let's call this one spiral tree, and just make our lives a little easier. Just going to do this. There we go. That's nice and easy. And I'm going to put this with the other ones. Perfect. So now we've got this. So what I want to do now is actually want to add another one in here, but I'll show you how to, let me show you what I want to do, and I'll show you how I'm going to do it. So I want to place one, and I want to turn it 45 degrees and place another one. But you see this one goes 90 degrees. So easiest way to get around this is I'm just going to place a blueprint in the middle, call up our tree, spiral tree. Just make sure you place that in the middle as well. There we go, and I'm going to go to the to my foundation again. Just click on it to sample it, and scroll once with the mouse. That's going to be 45. Press H to lock it in, and just go down by 1. And now we can remove this one, and we can take the same design. Now place it on the middle, and now it's going to be 45. So there we go. Nice little spiral pattern here. Place this one down. I'll wait for it to fill up. It's a lot of small little items, so expect a little bit of a little lag when you place it down. Right, so once that one's done, we're gonna say we're gonna call this spiral. Actually, you know what? What we're gonna do is we're gonna replace the other one. So I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna say, okay, spiral tree. We're gonna place it in the same location, but I'm gonna give it the same name, which means it will overwrite that one. Spiral tree. As you can see, there's a little warning saying it's going to overwrite, but that's fine. We'll keep the color the same, but I'm going to put this little tree icon in there and say yes, overwrite. That's fine. Actually, I want to remove that. Let's just save this again. Make sure it's in the right place. Yep. Save. And there we go. Right, so we've got our little spiral tree. Now we want to just make it look a little bit more interesting. So the way that I want to do this is, I think, I'm gonna grab concrete foundations here, but I want the round ones, and we're gonna go to coated concrete. Gonna select this little corner bit, and actually, you know what, let's do this one first. Switch this over to coated concrete again, put that right there, and I think if we go out, yeah, so we'll switch this to half, and because you can see it kind of like overlaps a little bit, so if I lift this up, you'll see what I mean. So we're gonna have to experiment here a little bit, but I do want the rounded corners in here. But you can see it's about 2 foundations off the ground. In fact, I probably want to do it like this, just so it sits in nicely. So let's raise this foundation a little bit. So I'm going to go up 1. Let's have a look. Go down half a nudge. Okay, so we'll work off this height as our kind of like default height, at least for the first level. You guys will see what I have in mind in a moment. So I'm gonna make this, it's gonna be our half foundation. Go in there, but I'm gonna give it a little bit of a gap there, and we're gonna fill that up with a beam, and we're gonna be placing soon. So like that, like that. Okay, right. So now we want to add the round corner. So I'm going to do that, but we need to give it the same gap as well. There we go. And this one. There we go. And the last one. There we go. I'm going to paint these copper color just to make it look interesting. And I'm actually going to put this on a custom swatch. I think we'll put this on we'll put it on the number 1. Why not? Just going to paint all of these foundations. There we go. We've got a nice little shine going now as well. And we want to grab the beam. I'm going to put the beam all the way through. So I'm just going to aim at that corner, go all the way through, lock it in, and just move it up 1 to fill the gap entirely. And we're going to do the same for all 4 sides. And then switching to the copper color, we're actually going to turn this into, let's say, chrome. Oh, we're still missing a beam here. It's not a problem. Let's sample that one. Same story. And there we go. So that kind of looks cool. I think I like it. All right. So the next step is going to be let me just place the foundation below here, because I'm going to work off this foundation, and I'm going to have it come out 1 conveyor width out. So I'm going to place it right there. Do that. Let's grab the Mark 1 conveyor. It can be this one here, so I'll put this under number 6. Let's just see. Yeah, that's the perfect height. So we're going to go from here to here. And then what we want to do is we want to kind of like take this conveyor belt right around. So we're going to need to add some more of these bad boys in here. So 1, 2, down. 1, 2. There we go. All right, just keep this one safe for a change. Alright, so same story here. I'm going to bring this one out a bit. There we go. We might have to adjust that one. This one here, but let's get the corners in, and we'll see what we need to change just to make it look nice. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna grab that little piece there just to make my life a little easier. So I'm gonna put that there. So basically right next to the corner or the rounded corner piece, right on the edge of it, because we're going to use curve mode to make it fit nice and snug. And I just want to make sure that it's all the same. You don't have to do this part, you can add the conveyor in like this, but yeah, whatever. This one's going to go around this way, so switch this over to curve mode. It gives you that nice little curve going there. Alright, so there we got a nice little conveyor belt going around. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go one step down. So let's save this spiral tree, and I'm going to clear it, but I'm also going to place it back in here. So we need to go to number 5. But what I want to do is actually want to lift it up because I want to get 2 more conveyor circles going around. So I might have to change these little corner bits a little bit. See in a moment. Just want to get this nice and center, so it's going to be over there and over there. I think this is center. Right, so we've lifted this one up a little bit, and what I want to do now is I'm going to do another layer of conveyor belts, slightly wider and a little bit lower. Let's keep the curve the same, which means because of the new curve mode, these need to be in line always to get the best result. And let me show you what I mean. So we're actually going to make this one go the other way around. So I'm going to switch back to curve mode, and you can see these corners now meet up quite nicely, which is exactly actually what we want to do. There we go. So one way's going this way, the other one's going that way. And I think let's add one more layer. Alright, so we're going to do the last layers of conveyor belts, but we want to go the opposite direction now again. And just make sure that you line up the little support bits, those little leggy bits right there. These little, sure those are always the same. Anyways, just make sure you guys save regularly, just in case. And we're going to stick with the little rounded corner bit. Alright, so we're going to take these pillars, or beams rather, and I'm just going to go in a little bit, and we're going to use this to fill the gap. Okay, it's kind of nice. Alright, so we're just going to save this bad boy again. There we go. And I think, oh yeah, let's do the final touch. We'll go to the FICSMAS stuff and grab this little snow dispenser and put it right there on the edge. So I think probably there. Aim it all the way up. And let me just get this copper color again. Put this on my hotbar. So I'm going to do this for all 4 corners. Right, I think that's pretty much done. And then as the final touch, I'm going to remove this blueprint maker here. There we go. And we're going to go to spiral tree FICSMAS. There we go. Place this in the center. There we go. And I'm just going to put it on the ground. Yep, there we go. place it down. We can watch this thing build. It looks so cool when the spirals go up. That looks it looks nice. All the way up to there. Perfect. Snow blowers are going, and then the final bit, which I can't do in the blueprint maker, is going to be we're going to grab a storage bin. Make sure the output aims towards the conveyor belt, and we want to grab if I can find it, a merger. There we go. Put that merger right there. And you're gonna have to find yourself some Christmas presents. I've already got a bunch here, so I'm gonna do all of those in there, and I'm gonna fill the belts up with a bunch of presents. So I'm gonna do another one over here just to save some time. Place that one there. Now we could go with ornaments or something like that, but that's up to you guys. I'm gonna stick with the presents. Let's get a bunch more. Alright, we're almost done, but you'll see as soon as the belts are full, they're gonna stop. And there's an easy way to fix that. So I'm just going to wait for all of them to fill up, which is there. Okay. Now delete the mergers. You can delete all of this. And all you need to do now is to grab one present from each line. And unfortunately, you can have a gap every now and then. But there you go. Nice little Christmas tree decoration for your FICSMAS factories, or whatever else you want to do. Right, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this little build. This should be a nice little decoration for your FICSMAS factory. If you want to grab the blueprint, there's going to be a link in the description, and just download it, add it to your blueprint, and there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.